In the last several years as a video journalist, I've traveled the world and eaten some unforgettable foods.
That's granadilla.
Things that I would recreate at home when I wasn't ready to be home. So with each recipe, I'll also give you a movie, a TV show, book, music, or all of them to pair with your food for a full cultural immersion.
That's the stuff that changes your life. That's what that is.
We may all be grounded for now, but we don't have to stop traveling. Okay, let's go to Thailand.
Literally about to eat my favorite thing ever.
Mango sticky rice.
I'm so happy right now.
Khao Niao Ma Muang, Thailand's national dessert. And such an easy way to transport yourself. So for mango sticky rice, I'm gonna pair the dish with a Thai movie, which I'll share at the end of this video. First, here's how you make mango sticky rice. 1 ripe mango. If you can find it, use the traditional Nam Dok Mai mango. But otherwise, just pick the most fragrant mango available to you. 1 cup of glutinous rice, and despite its name, it does not contain any gluten. It's also called sweet rice. And unfortunately, you can't really sub out glutinous rice for any other kind of rice because it just won't have that sticky texture which really characterizes the entire dish. 1/2 cup of sugar, 1 8-ounce can of coconut milk, 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, a pinch of salt, and sesame seeds to garnish. The night before you want to eat this, you have to prep the rice. Rinse it first. You see that cloudy water? Just keep rinsing it until the water runs clear, and then let it soak overnight, or for at least 4 hours. So drain the rice, then set it up over a steamer. The time here will depend on how long it's soaked for. If you did it overnight, it could take as little as 10 minutes to steam. But meanwhile, let's make the coconut sauce. I love the coconut milk. It's probably my favorite part. Combine the coconut milk with the sugar. So it just goes in, just like that. That's it. And let it simmer over low heat until the sugar completely dissolves. Just don't let it boil. Sprinkle in a pinch of salt. So the way you incorporate dry cornstarch into a liquid mixture is to create something called a slurry. It's a bit of water mixed in with cornstarch until it makes a soupy kind of paste. This just prevents lumps of cornstarch forming in the sauce and makes sure everything's nice and smooth. This is the secret to the whole dish. It's this sauce. Once you add the cornstarch, the coconut mixture will thicken up pretty quickly. So when it starts to coat the back of your spoon like this, turn off the heat. Done. Now we move back to the rice. After letting it steam for a few minutes, taste test it. It should be steamed all the way through, but really chewy. Perfect. And this took me about 10 minutes of steaming with overnight soaking. Then dump the rice into a bowl and mix in about 1/3 of the coconut sauce. If this part is extremely sticky and takes a little bit of elbow grease, you've done it right. It's sticky, it's sweet, it's so good. I can eat this whole bowl of coconut rice. I don't think there's a right or wrong way to slice the mango for this. I've seen it in so many different forms. Now watch this. Best flavor combination ever. Sprinkle it with a little sesame seed to finish it off, and you're ready. Serve this warm. Instantly, I'm on the street in Bangkok. It's such good memories. And now, we set the scene. In Thailand, mango sticky rice is often a street food. So you get your dish and you sit in these tiny plastic chairs and small tables covered in very colorful and mismatched tablecloths. So to make it feel sort of like that, I'm getting my most colorful tablecloth and eating around my coffee table. So picture the scene, right? It's street food usually, so you're sitting on the side of the road in these tiny little chairs. Usually they give it to you in styrofoam and plastic forks, but I'm not going to do that because it's not sustainable. Now grab a pen and write down the movie. It's called Uncle Boonmi Who Can Recall His Past Lives. Amazon Prime streams it. It's a Thai ghost movie, sort of, but you'll see what I mean when you watch it, because it really captures the culture in Thailand and their beliefs about life and death. It won a ton of awards, including the Palme d'Or at the Cannes Film Festival in 2010. If you want even more Thailand, here's a preview of one of my behind-the-scenes vlogs about my reporting trip to Thailand to produce several pieces for the broadcasting company I worked for. My story is about the dark truth behind elephant tourism and why you should never ride an elephant. And we're filming at Elephant Nature Park. I already made that official video for Circa. As of the time of writing of this episode, that video has almost 34 million views on Facebook. Clearly, this is an issue that resonates with people. People care about what happens to wildlife. So this video, the one you're watching now, this is the behind the scenes of the making of that viral video. Now, to tell that whole story, I have to go backwards first. I've mentioned before my trip to Thailand, my first one, when we came in 2011. And it was during that trip, Evan and I volunteered at Elephant Nature Park.
I want an elephant farm.
Oh my god.
This park is owned and operated by a Thai woman named Lek, who we met when we were there. I was in awe of Lek and what she had accomplished at this park. I even tried to make a few videos back then, but my craft still had a long way to go.
So this big girl right here is one of my favorite elephants at Elephant Nature Park. Her name is Jokia.
But it was at that time, way back in July 2011, that I made it my goal to one day return and do a real story on this woman and this place. So that brings us back here. Our day started off with some waiting for the rain to subside, waiting for the volunteers to get through their morning. And luckily for me, Elephant Nature Park is also home to many other animals, including cats. I'm waiting to interview Luck. And in the meantime, I'm playing with the cat. Steal this one! Oh, cat here.
You look like Pink Beauty. Are you the most beautiful?
But back to the business at hand. Normally, I don't start off with interviews. I like to start by filming everything else and then do the interviews at the end. The two ladies I interviewed at the park were both incredible. Raw and vulnerable, and it didn't take long for all of us to start crying.
I'm sorry about that. you got me crying now. Give me a hug.
I'm so glad you're telling the story.
The full episode is linked below.
And if you liked this video, please subscribe to my channel because I've got tons of Cook Like a World Traveler recipes just like this that transport you somewhere else in the world through your dish. See you next time.